Hey y'all! I'm Octo, I'm an artist from Chile, and I make character designs that are inspired by Pokemon for shits and giggles and also clout and money. I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I'm finding myself with a lot of free time in the foreseeable future, and it's something I've always wanted to do, so why not now? If you're coming from any of my social media or know me already, I would really appreciate some ideas or notes on what you'd like to see on this channel. I have a couple of ideas, and I really want to do them because I think they would be fun. But I want to start slow to make sure I'm really satisfied with my video skills before I really commit to something bigger, because I want to be proud of it. This video is meant to be a little more laid back and rambly, but I do intend to focus on scripted videos in the future. Okay, so while I flap gums on and on, I'm going to be doing some character designs in the background. I've been wanting to do gijinkas, I think that's how you pronounce it, for a while now, so let's do some fun ones. I took the gijinka aspect a little more loosely than usual because this was just for fun. I'll talk about these designs in more detail at the end, by the way, so if you want to hear more about them, definitely stick around. So, because this is my first video that I'm doing, I figured it would be a good opportunity to really introduce myself in case you don't know me already, which I'm assuming most of you don't. So I already mentioned that I'm a character designer. However, most of my work is very much based on Pokemon, and I think that goes all the way back to as long as I have memory. I think I got into Pokemon when I was like 5 or 6, and I think one of my cousins made me play Sapphire, and ever since then I haven't really been able to let it go, even though I've kind of tried. And besides that, I've also liked to draw for as long as I remember, really. So me fusing the two eventually was kinda inevitable. It was kinda going to happen. Even though I was in fan Pokemon spaces since I was at least like 10 and doing, shitty sprite splicing, I started posting my, I guess, real art online when I made my first actual Figmon region back in, I think, beginning of 2018, and that ended up snowballing into what I do currently. Back then I used to do exclusively Figmon, but I eventually started getting into human character designs. I will say at the beginning it was definitely an uphill battle, but I think we got there in the end. Oh yeah, speaking of Figmon, I'm sorry if I'm like too rambly, you know how it is. I definitely plan on doing some videos about Figmon in this channel, but I don't want to focus on only that because I personally just prefer doing character design most of the time, but I do Figmon here and there, Plus, I also have a lot of friends who do them full time, and I think it would be fun to do some videos with them in case you guys are interested in seeing that, which will probably happen regardless of the answer, just so you know. But yeah, something else I don't really lead with when it comes to my art, or at least I don't think many people know it necessarily, is that I'm a big biology nerd, and I was actually pursuing a biology degree that I may or may not have put on pause for now. So a bunch of the ideas that I have for videos are along the lines of like educational material about some animals that I love through the lens of Pokemon and also my artwork. Okay, so let's talk about these designs. First off, the Alolan Muck, which I think is my favorite, is very inspired by Josephine Baker, as well as, fashion of the 20s in the US, particularly in show business. I'm really into historical fashion, and I think you can tell when you look at many of my designs. So I figured since this is an introductory video, let's do what I'm known to do first, so you know what you're getting into. But yeah. Because Muck is a poison type Pokemon and it's literal living waste, I thought it would be really fun to twist the concept into a feminine and very glamorous design, because I also thought that the color palette would lend itself to it very nicely. Flapple was a fun one to do. When I was trying to come up with a concept for it, my mind went to the apple from Snow White, so I thought a medieval, fairy tale aesthetic kinda would be really cute. Figuring out where to hide apple motifs was also really fun. I'm particularly happy with the apple peel cape and the bitten sleeves. Finally, Armaldo. When thinking of a design for this one, I thought that a really modern design would contrast nicely with the Pokemon being a living fossil. And after some thought, I figured, a fun, funky, like 90s New York fashion inspiration would be good. I took a lot of inspiration from rappers like LL Cool J and Tupac, and I think the baggy pants and the layering in the clothing really helped mimic the armor-like appearance of Romaldo, so I'm also really happy with this one. Well, if you made it this far, thank you. I'm really looking forward to doing some videos here and there, so I hope you join me in this sad and miserable journey. And once again, please let me know, down below if there's anything in particular you would like to see from this channel. I'm definitely open to ideas. I kinda know what I want to do, but it's all up in the air. So yeah, I'm definitely open to whatever you guys want to see. And yeah,